Hi there, guitar students. Mainly I'm talking to my Polytech students. We're going to look at some patterns that you can use over when you're designing solos for the song Sunny. And the chord progression starts with one bar of A minor 7. Then the next bar contains two chords. The first one is G minor 7 to a C7. So that's the second bar. Then we have a whole bar of F major 7. It's a whole bar. And then we have two chords in the next bar, which is B minor 7 flat 5. Maybe to like your Hendrix chord, E7 sharp 9. And maybe flat 9. Then it repeats. So it does that 3 times. And on the 4th time, it's after the F major 7, it goes to B flat 7. Then a whole bar of B minor 7 flat 5. And then E7 altered, or E7 sharp, or E7 flat 9, which leads us back into it. So that's basically the chord progression. So let's see what you can play over these chords. I'm just going to relegate it to because I choose an area. So the area that I'm going to choose position-wise is going to be C. So the first chord, A minor 7, the default, because it's kind of like a jazzy song, the default mode that we want to use for that first A minor 7 is A Dorian, which looks like this. But because I want to stay in the C area, the relative major of A Dorian is C Lydian. I know that's a little bit strange, but like in basic terms, when we think of relative major and relative minor, we think of maybe if it's C major, A minor is going to be the relative minor of C major. So the relative major of A minor is C major. That is if you're sticking to just basically your basic major scale. But in this case, this is A, that's Phrygian, and then our relative major is Lydian. So in this area, if I play the C Lydian position, and I'm not talking about the mode, C Lydian position, outlining the A arpeggio, it's going to sound like A Dorian. Same notes. Okay, so that's going to work over A minor. So the first bar, C Lydian modal position based off the E string. Then we go down to G minor 7, C major 7, then F major 7. I like to play this F major 7 as an F major 7 or F major 9. I like to, it's just because it's very easy to play, just barring across there, putting a little finger on this 8th fret on the A string. Give it a bit of a whammy and you get a nice shimmering sound. So the G minor 7 to C7 to F major 7 is a 2-5-1 in the key of F. So you can actually stay in the F major scale for that whole 2-5-1. Normally, if it's a 2-5-1, I'll usually alter the 5, which would be C7, but we'll just play it stock. So everything stays in F major. F major is also the same as G Dorian because we're changing from G minor 7 to C7 to F major 7. G major 7 Dorian is the same as F major 7 Ionian or major. So it sounds like that would be this. So when you go from A minor to G minor 7, you go. Oh. So you get that really delicious kind of like, if you will, kind of chord change. You know, So if I'm in C, I'm going to change this when it hits that G minor 7 to C Mixolydian shape, which looks like this. Okay, well, actually, we're going to finish on the F. Let's just discuss what those shapes, those positional shapes. So for Lydian, you have, it's just like a major scale, but you're going to sharpen the 4. So 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. The Mixolydian is the same as the major scale except it has a flat 7, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3. Yep. So you're going to change to Mixolydian for the course of this 251. So for 2 bars, you're going to stand F major 7. So it'll be like yep, so you can kind of hear that 3, 4. Now for the B minor 7 flat 5 to E7 altered, or is E7 sharp 9 or E7 flat 9. Over this, we're going to play A harmonic minor. Yeah, because that will actually cover both those chords. So we got this. So that's kind of all things Spanish. That's a it's kind of like that is the first mode of the harmonic minor scale, and we're playing in A because in actual fact that B minor 7 and the E7 are going to be covered by the C. We're staying in C, the C Ionian or C major sharp 5 scale. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So that covers like the first 3 positions for the first 3 times you play this progression. The last time it plays this progression, after the F major 7, it goes to B flat 7. Now, what I like to play over this is going to be another scale shape, and that's going to be B flat Lydian augmented. Now, this is a mode from the jazz minor scale, and B flat being here, the Lydian augmented would be. Sorry, Lydian dominant, that's what I want to play with. That. Sorry, my fault. So. And what the spelling for that is 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7. So that's real weird. So it's got a flat 7 and a sharp 4. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3. Now, I want to stay in C. So the next modal shape up from B flat Lydian dominant is C Mixolydian flat 6. What the hey? So this is like a Mixolydian scale where it's just a major scale with a flat 7, but we're also going to flatten the 6. Or the 13 if you want to call it that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, when you learn these shapes, you want to actually try and find some geometric shapes within these. So for Lydian, I want to emphasize the notes that are not in the next chord. I'm going back to the top of the progression. So I want to emphasize the notes that are not in that are Lydian and are not Lydian when it gets to the G minor. I want to emphasize that flat 7 when I get to the G minor. So I'm playing C Lydian for the first bar. So I try and look for some shapes. I try and do some string skips, one note per string ideas. Sorry, that's Lydian. So I'm trying to look for these shapes. What you can do is, if you just don't want to do this, you can play A minor pentatonic over the whole lot, and that will work, kind of. But this is just a little bit more if you want to get a little bit more stimulating with your, with a little bit more creative and really cop the changes. So yeah, let's take this. So the first one is C Lydian. So you want to really emphasize that sharp 4. And then you're going to go to mixed Lydian. So that's the F major. Then you're going to be going C Lydian, C augmented sharp 5. Or you play A harmonic minor. You can also do this, top of the progression. A Dorian, A Phrygian, then A harmonic minor. For the B minor 7 flat 5 will be half diminished, so the E7 altered. So you get this kind of so right there you can hear this kind of chord progressions. 2, 3, 4. So you kind of hear the chord changes up in the key of C. So F, their last position there was C Lydian augmented. C Lydian augmented has some nice shapes of this idea. These two are adjacent. Yeah, so that's possibilities that you could use for the changes in Sunny. I don't expect you to get really. The other thing that I should mention is that when I'm improvising, I'm thinking in terms of bar lines. So I don't want to be playing as you can hear when I play the soloing, I hope, you can hear the changes. So you have to change the scale to fit the chord that's happening at that moment. Like you can't be going over the bar line. Well, you can. I mean, you can break all the rules, but basically, you want to make sure that we change when the chord changes. So I'm not going to be playing A Dorian over G minor 7. when it starts at 251, G minor 7, C7, F major 7. I want to change, like, so I've got this. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, G minor 7 to C7, so change for the right scale. If we take the pentatonic view, we can do like a kind of like chromatic idea. So the first chord is, if we stay in A minor 7, we can basically get the whole lot. But instead of just playing, what I'm more likely to do is try and fill it up with notes. So I take the pentatonic scale. I try and jumble that up so it's and you can add it like when you get to that last thing. I'm going from a chromatic pentatonic idea where I just jumble the notes up and I use my ear because I want to be able to know what the note is going to sound like before I put my finger on it or work out some licks. And then I change to that harmonic minor at the end and it should kind of sound okay. So that's a much more simplistic way of looking at it. The main thing is if it sounds good, then it is good. And you may want to work out some licks because the Sunny song, you're going to be marked on this in class time by me. And so what I want to hear is good timing. The first part of the song, the first part of the chord progression will be you playing the Jamiroquai version of the Jamiroquai version of Sunny with the solo. They're doing it in B minor, but I want you to take it down to A minor. I'll be very pleased if you transcribe that so I can look at your transcription. And second of all, I want you to be able to improvise. Now, when you improvise, you can use licks. Like you may want to work out the whole solo by yourself, work it out with the list of ideas that I've given you. Things like, I've got it, where is it? Have I got it here? But basically things like octave shapes, things like string skipping, things like chromaticism, things like arpeggios and stuff. Because you've got like, if I arpeggiate each one, so you got then G minor 7, C7, F major 7. Then you can play your C. So what I was doing there is I was just like basically arpeggiating, which means broken chord. I've got my A minor 7 arpeggio here. I've got G minor 7 here. Same shape but just down 2. And then C major 7. And then F major 7. And then we have, I always go to harmonic minor because I hear, because of my years of playing English stuff, I can really hear it as far as the things that it'll work over. So maybe. Yeah, so that's basically a couple of ideas I want you to muck around with. Break open the shapes, like what I mean is try string skipping, like for example, then you got like the change to mix in. Then, and then. So do some string skipping ideas, break it open. one note per string ideas. You could go. Some sequence ideas. There's a whole bunch of different ideas. Try and work out what you're doing, and I'll look forward to your assessment in the upcoming days, upcoming weeks. So yeah, and you will be marked on this. So please practice this song. I've got the handouts. I can give them to you in class, covering all the things that I just did, and you will be marked on this. So if you don't turn up to your lessons, and you don't turn up for your assessment, you will get an F from me. So please. And I'm talking about those of you who are not turning up to class. You know. All right. Have a nice day. Over and out.